Welcome to Ignite Bend. I thought Ignite Bend really needed a mascot. And what better mascot than the shambolic, imbecilic, short-fingered vulgarian that is Donald J. Trump. So Ignite Bend was born out of this corporate fascination with this mediocre presentation software called PowerPoint. And in order to reel things in, we decided to enlighten people in 5 minutes, 15 seconds, 20 slides. And the idea is to enlighten you. This is not a political event. This is not political, people. Not political in any way. The speakers need a lot of stamina because it takes a lot of effort to come up here. It takes a lot of effort to really understand what it takes. The logistics involved to make a speech are very, very difficult. And although the people that we have are very brave, they're also very modest. So I want your full support. You might want to give a speaker up here a Purple Heart after they're done speaking for all the internal, mixed up emotional feelings they have about doing this particular event in front of you. Well, let's talk a lot about tolerance. I want to talk about some themes you might see tonight. Themes from the past, themes from the future. We'll talk about tolerance. Some people have to overcome incredible adversity to be successful. Some people have to overcome incredible diversity to be successful. You might hear things about virtue, how we no longer have any type of civility in government, how we need to think about getting along with each other, how not to be sort of short-tempered, and how we might come together as one. Another theme you might hear about tonight is food. A lot of people talk about food, how to cook. You know how every once in a while you find the Mother Mary inside of a potato chip or Jesus on a pancake? I think in the future we're going to find Donald Trump in a bag of Doritos because, Mexican food really supports him 100%. This is a picture of a douchebag. Now, I don't know if you know the difference between a douchebag and an enema bag, but I think they're pretty much interchangeable. Some people might talk about architecture. We've heard things in the past about Baroque architecture, Renaissance architecture, but maybe we'll talk about something simpler, like just building a very simple peace division between countries that everyone can pay for except for us. You might also hear about respect for all types of people, respect for women, respect for all races, respect for mankind. Oh, am I hurting the sensibilities of some Trump supporters who are concerned about being too PC? Is it too early, everybody? And then this one tears me up. When people talk about family, especially the relationship between a father and daughter, it tears me up every single time I'm up here. It's unbelievable. Or you might hear something odd, maybe about ventriloquism. Usually the straight man is the puppeteer and the funny guy is the dummy. But it can be reversed. It can be reversed sometimes. So there'll be odd topics, or we'll go to other topics. Like a lot of people talk about going to foreign lands, exotic places like China, where you might learn about things like trade deficits, currency options, how they may be cheating the system. So you might hear things tonight from some of our speakers about the exotic places they like to travel and the kind of currency they like. Or you might hear about trade. For instance, maybe you'll hear something about the Trans-Pacific Partnership you never knew about, or NAFTA, or where to get a good tie if you're going to appear on The Apprentice. So you might hear a little bit about trade. You might hear about conspiracies, the left, right-wing, media disaster. You might hear about women who are fascinated and obsessed with sex on TV. You might hear about birth certificates in Russia and all of the things that congeal to make this melange of controversy. And maybe you'll hear about jobs, great jobs, terrific jobs, great jobs, the best people, great jobs. You might hear about high-paying jobs like casino server, dealer, or gambler. Or maybe we'll talk a little bit about policy, like the fact that there's probably an undocumented immigrant living inside this man's head, or at least on top of his head. So you might hear things about policy, and I can see from your uncomfortable laughter that you're not afraid to let loose, because maybe we'll talk about faith, believing in something. I personally like my messiahs not to be caught and captured. I like my messiahs to be free and to spread the word amongst everybody. So that's what I prefer, messiahs that don't get injured all the time. And then what would Ignite Bend be without a cat meme? The cat trope. I encourage everyone for free to go to trumpyourcat.com and post your own pictures. And if you can top these pictures tonight with your own cat themes, I'll give you $5. And then finally, as you sit there with your free tickets, and even though there are no winners and losers, you know that you're judging. You know you're judging the people up here, and I hope you make the same type of judgment when it comes to Election Day. So remember, be American, don't vote. That's it, everybody. Enjoy the night. Welcome to Ignite 14.